Hey there. Today I want to talk about a very specific kind of grief that you will only relate with if you have experienced it personally. The grief I'm talking about is the one that comes after a transformative travel experience. Now, I am someone who has traveled a lot throughout my life since I was a kid with my family, but I only started to experience this kind of grief when I traveled alone or alone ish. I just quickly want to mention that even though I am talking about grief, this one seems to be the kind that you want to have almost. It feels really sweet and it is grief. Of course, it hurts, but it's one I personally want to keep experiencing. Anyway, I think this kind of grief exists for a few reasons. The first one is that the way you meet people while traveling is very different from the way you meet people in your daily life. There is this sense of lack of an agenda when you're coming across new people while traveling. It's almost this feeling of, I don't need anything from you. I don't expect anything from you. I'm just curious about who you are and what your story is. It kind of really opens people's hearts, and you cannot really meet people that way any other way. Maybe besides some very intentional communities. And because of this openness, most people are very non judgmental as well. Sure, we all come with our own baggage and experiences and stories and biases, but I have found it to be the most non judgmental way to meet new people. The second reason I have found is that you are kind of forced to face difficulties head on. When you're traveling and you encounter difficult situations, there is kind of no distracting yourself from it. There is no dealing with it later. You just kind of have to look at things head on, be decisive, and just make choices in the moment. I think what this does is forces you to be in the moment, it forces you to be present. And even though it can be difficult to be present in face of difficulties, it kind of becomes easier to be present while you're traveling as compared to in your daily life. So it can be this kind of boot camp of dealing with shit, which creates a lot of confidence and trust within oneself. Third is, of course, the novelty of new experiences, beautiful sights, and having meaningful conversations with people you might never meet again. You're experiencing so much novelty, so much richness in a short amount of time and space, with often very beautiful landscapes in the background, which creates this atmosphere and immersion of meaning. Everything feels very meaningful. And on top of this, if you're an introspective person, if you tend to self reflect, things will become 10 times more meaningful for you. Every single mistake, every single encounter, every seemingly insignificant moment will hold some meaning, some resonance to you. It will reflect something about yourself back to you, and it's a very beautiful space to be in. So basically, what is happening is you are plunged into this new world where no one has any context of you. You can be anyone you want, people at large will not judge you. You will find meaningful experiences wherever you go, and you will get to be whoever you want because no one there is deciding who you get to be. No one has any context of you, no one is there to question any changes you might make in your behavior, in your personality, in the way you are showing up, in how open hearted you feel safe being. It can encourage great change, and Before you know it, you meet this whole new version of yourself that you didn't even know existed, didn't even think was possible. And that is where a lot of anger, resentment, and grief can come in. When you are faced with the possibility or of the inevitability of going back home, it kind of feels devastating. You might feel angry that this version of you has been made so difficult to exist in your daily life. You can feel resentful of the people who make it so difficult for you to be open hearted. You can feel so much grief of not having that same space, that same state of being at home. The person you discovered within yourself, oftentimes you cannot take that person back with you, not fully at least. Yes, you can hold it in your heart, you can integrate parts of them in you, you can apply the insights they gained, the visions they brought back. But for that version of you to exist, it needs that environment around it as well, because we are not singular beings who stand individually unmoved by things and people around us. We exist in a context that is reinforced by everything around us. The way we show up, the reactions we have, how defensive we feel, how insecure we feel, all of that exists within a context. And so, of course, it is very heartbreaking to come back, not as the new shiny version that you discovered within yourself. I'm gonna be honest, the first time I traveled alone, I felt so high. I felt so open. I felt so joyful that it devastated me so deeply once I came back. It was actually extremely destabilizing for me to return home. I just didn't want to be here. And recently I traveled again, not alone exactly, but close enough. And it wasn't so intense, but I still felt this grief of having to leave that state of being behind, of having to suffer to be present. Because when I was traveling, it was so easy to be present. Travel makes it easier to be present when done in a new context. I don't think it's possible in a group, to be very honest. If you're traveling with your family, it's pretty difficult to have such experiences without the travel itself being very meaningful and intense. But when you're traveling alone or alone-ish, it's very easy to reach that place where you can just be without needing to explain. Just be present with the nature, with the space, with whatever is in front of you, even if it's difficult. There is no place to hide, there is no place to distract. And it feels so good to be present. It naturally feels good to be present even when it's in difficult situations. But we as a society have made being present very difficult in general. So we must plop ourselves in a whole new world to experience presence again. And I have been grieving that. I find myself slipping back into distraction, into just this numbness, this mundane experience of normalcy. I feel sad when I can literally feel that state of being slipping out of me, because it is not something that is rooted in my memories. I cannot remember my way into that state of being again. And that grief is one I want to keep experiencing again and again and again, till I create a life that I do not want to escape from, that I do not want to distract myself from. Now, I know that is a bold dream, but you know what? I'm going to choose to have it unapologetically because I deserve that, and so do you. Lastly, I just want to say if you're someone who has never traveled alone, I highly recommend it. Even if you're scared, even if you think you will be bored if you travel alone, you have no idea how meaningful and exhilarating it can be unless you try it. Trust me, it is not in any way boring. Well, unless you don't know how to be by yourself and you need people to feel okay. If you don't know how to be by yourself, then instead of exhilarating, it can be scary and destabilizing. In that case, you can continue travel as you want. But if you want to have your life be transformed, I would highly recommend traveling alone and process shit after you travel. Don't just go, go, go. That is a recipe for disaster as well, I feel. Because if you're not integrating the transformations you are having, then basically you have no roots. You don't know where to ground who you are. You can end up floating aimlessly if you just start traveling alone and don't stop. Well, it's not about stopping, it's about digesting your experiences because that is so necessary. And I have been digesting, and what is coming out the other end, sorry for the horrible imagery, is a lot of gratitude and grief, which I'm so grateful for. And that is all I have to share for today. Thank you so much for coming on this art trip with me. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.